All right, today we're diving into a pretty huge leap in how we all interact with AI. It's a new feature from Anthropic called Claude Skills. And look, if you've ever felt that frustration of an AI just not getting what you want, well, this might just be the solution you've been waiting for. Let's get right into it.
Sound familiar? Yeah, if you've ever used an AI tool and walked away thinking this, you are definitely not alone. It's probably the most common roadblock, right? You see all this incredible potential, but the results, they just don't quite hit the mark.
But here's a thought. What if we've been looking at this all wrong? What if the problem isn't the AI's capability, but the way we're giving it instructions? This little shift in perspective is the absolute key to everything we're about to unpack.
And a great way to think about this is what's being called the AI teammate analogy. It's perfect. Imagine you hire a super smart, super eager, but brand new junior employee. You wouldn't just drop a 100-page company history on their desk on day one and expect them to nail a complex financial analysis, right? Of course not. You'd give them really clear step-by-step instructions. You'd point them to the exact tools they need, and you'd give them just enough context to get that one job done. Well, that is exactly how we need to start treating our AI.
So, to really appreciate why skills are such a game changer, we kind of have to look back at how things used to be done. Before this, when you wanted Claude to tackle a complex task, your main options were something called projects or agents.
And just look at the contrast here. With the old projects method, you'd basically give the AI a massive brain dump of general context, brand guides, style sheets, data files, everything all at once. The AI then had to just guess what was actually relevant, and that led to really unpredictable, or what we call non-deterministic results.
And this whole overload problem leads to this fascinating issue called context rot. I love this term. It basically means that the more junk, the more irrelevant info you feed an AI, the worse its performance actually gets. It gets confused, just like our junior teammate would, which leads to mistakes and sometimes even just making stuff up, what we call hallucinating.
So, how do we fight this context rot? How do we get predictable, reliable results? Well, that's where this elegant solution comes in. Claude Skills. Seriously, think of them as the ultimate custom-made instruction manual for your AI teammate.
So what is a skill, really? Well, it's a highly automated workflow that you, the expert, get to build for a very specific task. It's designed to only pull in the exact context it needs right when it needs it. And here it is. Here's the absolute game changer. It can run actual code. This means the results are reliable every single time.
So this approach gives skills what we can call two superpowers. First, by using that laser-focused, just-in-time context, they completely get rid of context rot. And second, by using deterministic code for the actual work, they turn what was once guesswork into pure precision. Suddenly, tasks like data analysis become accurate and repeatable, not just a roll of the dice. Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, right? But what does this actually look like in practice? Let's get into some really incredible real-world examples.
I mean, right out of the box, Claude comes with some seriously powerful pre-built skills. The artifact builder can literally write the code for a working web app for you, right there in the chat window. The A/B test generator can look at your website and spit out a whole list of smart experiments to run. And in this really cool meta twist, there's even a skill creator skill that helps you build your own custom skills.
But this example is where the power really clicks into place. Someone uploaded a raw CSV file of marketing data. Using a custom data analysis skill, Claude didn't just give a vague summary. No, it ran precise code to produce a full-blown performance analysis, breaking down spend, revenue, profit, everything, channel by channel. This is something that would have been incredibly prone to error before.
And here's the most important takeaway, a direct quote from the person who ran this test. They said that without the skills code-driven, deterministic approach, the AI would have almost certainly guessed or hallucinated some of these critical numbers. The skill makes sure the analysis is based on math, not magic.
So you're probably thinking, okay, this is powerful, but it's got to be super complex to build one, right? Well, get this. In a live demo, someone built a brand new skill on the fly to turn a single tweet into an entire newsletter.
And it all started with this. Just one really sharp, thought-provoking tweet from Greg Eisenberg. The goal was to take this one little idea and expand it into a full newsletter, all while matching his unique writing style.
And the result was just stunning. The skill didn't just add a bunch of fluff, it actually synthesized a completely new high-quality idea.
Look at the line it generated. We talk about product market fit. We should talk more about pricing market fit. I mean, that's a banger line, as they called it. That is genuine idea creation, not just mindless repetition.
Okay, so this technology is obviously really, really cool. But let's zoom out for a second and talk about why this matters in the grand scheme of things, in the bigger picture of AI adoption.
You might have seen some reports recently showing a little dip in subscriptions for AI tools, and people are asking why. Well, a really compelling argument is that the problem isn't the technology's potential, it's a skills gap. It's a lack of what you could call AI fluency. A lot of users just don't know how to give the right instructions to get reliable results. And tools like Claude's skills are designed to solve that exact problem by making it way easier to give perfect instructions, every time. So, this technology fundamentally changes your role. You're not just a user anymore, you're an expert trainer. You now have the power to build a whole team of digital employees, each with a specialized, totally reliable skill set that you designed. Which really just leaves us with one final question. Now that you have the tools, what's the first thing you're going to teach your AI teammate to do?